So unfortunately, the computer ran out of space while recording, so match 4 kind of got uh, deleted, corrupted. So we had a pretty good game against Abzan. It was pretty back and forth, pretty grindy, and it was just a good game to watch. We lost in the end, but I wanted to share that video. Unfortunately, we don't get the option to do that now, but hopefully we can salvage it with this last game and go 3-2 in this Modern Competitive League. I think we keep this hand. We got turn 1 interaction, turn 2 interaction. No clock or anything, but we can play the control role in this game. Our opponent's going to 4, unfortunately. This looks like it could be Grishoalbrand, because I'm not sure what other deck plays. Delver Seekers was a great draw. This is exactly the kind of deck where you need a clock backed up by your removal, by your counters. And our opponent just not doing anything here. It's pretty nice. Thought Scour, yes, we would like to reveal that. We'll play a land, and we'll attack. And we'll keep up our counter spells here. Sure. Here, we'll fetch first, get a Water Grave untapped, and then we'll Thought Scour just so we don't accidentally mill it. We drew another land here, which is great. Hopefully we can... Spell Snare is a great pickup here. I'll put that on bottom, put that on top, because that counters a lot of their ways to win. Even just gets a Night's Whisper or something like that. Land, I imagine. Metamorphose. I think that's fine. We don't have any reason to fight over this right now. Night's Whisper. I think that we can fight over. Go ahead and mana leak it. If they want to exile Simian Spirit Guide, that's fine. But it looks like they don't really have anything. So this turn we can keep up Spell Snare plus Counter Squall. We can even go Snapcaster Mage Collective Brutality if we really want to. But we don't want to risk anything right now, because we're in a pretty strong position. Counter Squall effectively puts them at 8. And we just, they could do something crazy like Through the Breach here. We don't want that. So we'll get another Steam Vent. On our upkeep, maybe they're going to try to do something. Lightning Bolt was a nice pickup. We can try to close out the game a bit faster. But it looks like they're not really doing much. So we're in a pretty good position. I think I'm okay with that. We don't need to counter that. They're probably just trying to get to Through the Breach mana. That we are not okay with. We'll go ahead and Lightning Bolt here. That way, yep. Let's begin sideboarding. Surgical definitely coming in, as well as Collective Brutality. Negate and Dispel are both great cards. Murderous Cut just does not do enough in this matchup. Like, yeah, it can kill the creature that they get out of the graveyard, but at that point it's a little too late. Spell Pierce is great. Kolaghan's command is actually just very slow. We don't really want to make him discard anything. And Terminate as well is just not very necessary. There's an argument for Fulminator Mage, but I don't think we want to take on that plan. There's an argument for Ancestral Vision if we want to go the control route, but I don't think we last a long game against them. We really just want to get the tempo win. Terminate. I mean, it answers like a turn 2 Grishoalbrand, but like I said, at that point it's pretty late. Sorry, turn 3 Grishoalbrand, which is why I don't think. I think it's actually going to be a lot worse than another Kolaghan's command here, and I think we're set there. So let's try to see if we can squeeze out a 3-2 win here in this modern competitive league. This is tough because we have the turn 1 Delver. We have a good spell here. I think we mulligan it though. It's just not consistent enough, and this is arguably worse, but we'll keep. And yes, we want to land. We'll keep up Spell Pierce on turn 2 because we want to draw that Polluted Delta. Oh, excuse me, we're already drawing it, so if they don't do anything, we'll go ahead and Thought Scour and maybe get a turn 2 Tasker going. But we're likely to Spell Pierce a lot of things right now. Is Faithless Looting one of them? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Another land is actually really nice because if they don't play anything next turn, Night's Whisper is fine. They don't have a land. We're gonna Thought Scour ourselves. We'll crack it. We'll get a Watery Grave. No. And here, go ahead and crack the fetch, get a Steam Vents. Yes, would like to pay because we're gonna keep up Mana Leak 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and keep Vendilion Click in the yard in case we get the Kolaghan's commanded back. But it looks like our opponent is stuck on lands here. They might be able to get a free discard here into like Grishoalbrand or something, but at end of turn. Collective Brutality. That's just going to trade with Spell Snare here, I think. Oh, and we get the Surgical. We could go right for it right now and see what our opponent is working with. We'll pay 2 life. We'll see our... Wow, our opponent had 2 Grishoalbrands in hand, so you get 1 from their library, 1 from their graveyard. Let's look at their deck. They can go through the breach. They have an Emrakul is the question. They got Borborygmos, but now they don't really have a way to draw a bunch of cards. So they have Sudden Shock, Nourishing Shoal, Glorious Vengeance. So their hand is pretty bad. And here we can just go ahead and attack. Unfortunately, they're not in a really strong position here. We'll go ahead and return target creature card and I think deal 2 damage. So we'll return Click to hand, deal 2 damage here. Click could just get Sudden Shocked, but at least we're applying a 3-turn clock now, whereas before we were a 4-turn clock. And I don't think we care about draw step. We're just going to end step this click. And if it gets sudden shock, that is fine. Yeah, we'll target our opponent. Yep. As expected. Gorya's triple guard through the breach. You know, they're gonna just keep all of those. Those are very dead cards right now. And we can go ahead and close out this game pretty quick now. Yeah, there's just not much they can do there. And we got there. Thanks for watching. Yeah, the deck performed pretty well. In fact, it performed kind of the worst in the grindier matchups. So Esper Control really... Path to Exile was really tough on our threats, especially because we couldn't recur them with Kolaghan's Command. Kolaghan's Command just turned out to be a pretty bad card in those matchups. And then Abzan, we didn't draw the right cards. I mean, we drew a lot of cards off Ancestral Vision. So I wish I could have shown you those games just to see how the deck performs against some slower matchups. It does pretty well against the linear decks, but maybe not as well in a metagame that has a lot of mid-ranger control. But it definitely requires, you know, a bit more testing, maybe a bit more tuning the list. But I hope you enjoy these games, and see you next time. Thank you.